So you struggle with being consistent, you struggle with discipline, and you have a hard time going to the gym every single day. I'm going to talk about how I built up my discipline to the level where it's at now, where I don't skip the gym, I do what I say I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you while I work out. But first, let's get some pre-workout in. Oh yeah. Let's go. Now, I think becoming a disciplined person is one of the most important traits you can develop in your life. In my opinion, it's the most important trait you can develop. Becoming disciplined is the only way you can actually achieve your goals, build self-confidence, and just become the person that you said you were going to become. But we all know it's not as easy as just saying, oh, I'm going to become a determined person, a disciplined person. There's a way to go about all this, and I'm going to show you in this video. Now, we all know that becoming a disciplined person helps build a better life for yourself. That's why becoming disciplined is so important, because you can actually achieve the goals that you want to achieve in order to have a better life. But also, I believe discipline is the #1 self-confidence builder. The reason for this is, imagine you had a friend and he said he was going to do this for you, do that for you, do everything for you, and he never followed through. Would you ever trust that friend? No, because he's failed you so many times. It's the same thing with yourself and your brain. If you say, oh, I'm going to work out, oh, I'm going to go work, oh, I'm going to go eat healthy, whatever, and you never do any of those things, your brain's never going to trust yourself. And if you can't trust yourself, you're not going to have confidence in yourself, because confidence just means self-trust. But if you say you're going to work out, if you say you're going to eat healthy, if you say you're going to work on this thing and you actually follow through with it, you actually do it, that's just adding a little tick mark in your self-trust box, your self-confidence box. And over time, over a year or two of consistently doing what you say you're going to do, builds a massive amount of self-confidence. Now, I know all this sounds great, right? But now let's actually get into the nitty-gritty of how to become a self-disciplined person. I'm not saying I'm the most disciplined person out there, but I think my discipline is pretty high. And these are the steps that I took over years to build this. So giving you this knowledge in one video can help expedite the process. All right, so the first one is you first have to change your mindset. And I'm not gonna say some roo-rah shit, something stupid, but you just need to realize that you're not gonna be motivated all the time to do something. You're gonna feel like shit, and you're not gonna wanna do the thing 90% of the time. That's just how it goes. Like, I would rather be sitting, chilling upstairs on the couch than doing this, obviously. But I have a goal that I wanna reach. I wanna be fit, proud of a physique that I've built. And so I'm not gonna listen to my emotions, and I'm gonna do what needs to be done. And that's the mindset you need to have, is I'm not gonna listen to my emotions. I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do what I said I was going to do. Too light. Now, I know this is easier said than done, but something that I always remind myself when I feel like shit, when I don't feel like doing it, is that I'm gonna be happy tomorrow that I did it today. That's something I always remind myself of. And it's usually even sooner than that. Like in an hour, I'm gonna be glad that I filmed this YouTube video and got my workout in. It's only an hour away. I can suck it up for an hour. And after this hour, I'm gonna be really, really happy and glad that I did all this. That was way too many reps. How many reps am I supposed to do? That was like 11 or 12. I'm supposed to do 8 to 10. I had more in me too. Screw it, let's try another 45. Not the best setup. It's a little awkward, but we'll see. Strength-wise, I think I could do this, but the setup isn't the best. We'll see. We'll give it a try. Give it our best effort. Whew, that last set of leg extension got me breathing like a pug. But the next one, and in my opinion, the biggest one, the most helpful one, is gonna be building systems. I know a lot of you have read Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's where I get a lot of my shit, because I'm not a big believer in saying books are life-changing, except for a couple, and that's probably number one. Most life-changing book out there. But building systems to make discipline easier will absolutely change your life. So what do I mean by systems? I'll give you an example, a couple examples, and hopefully it makes sense. Let me hit this warm-up set real quick. Okay, the most obvious one, the most common one ever, a to-do list. You're writing it the night before, so you have a to-do list of what you need to do the next day. So when you wake up, you don't think, you just follow the to-do list. I know this is so basic, but I'm telling you, it completely changes how you operate in the day, and it saves you so much time. You don't spend time, because I know for me personally, if I don't have a to-do list, I'll go wake up, get something done. Let's say I get a workout in, eat a healthy breakfast, and knock out some work, okay? After I knock out that work, I know I have something I need to do, but I don't know what it is exactly. And I'll always end up procrastinating if I don't know exactly what to do next. So for me, if I have that to-do list, cross, next thing, I know exactly what I need to do. It prevents me from going onto my phone and doom scrolling. It prevents me from going and doing something that really isn't that important. It prevents me from just overall procrastination. Another one, time blocking. I have dedicated time blocks in my day, every single day, for certain activities that I want to do every day. An obvious example, a time block for working out. I block off 2 hours to go to the gym, work out, shower, and maybe get a meal in afterwards. That is 2 hours uninterrupted, and that's the only thing on my mind in that 2 hour block, okay? Another example, from 8 to 9 p.m. on a weekday, strictly deep work. I'm either working on content or I'm learning about trading or doing trading. There is nothing else on my mind. I'm not on my phone. That is my dedicated time block to doing the thing that I said and want to do. Another example, visual triggers. I have a visual trigger every Sunday. I put up my meal prep containers on the counter so that when I get back from working out, I know exactly the next thing I need to do, which is meal prep, because I see it on my counter and it's a visual reminder that, hey, I need to do this. Another example of that could be leaving your book on your bed so that you can't forget before you go to bed you need to read 10 pages or whatever. It's in your way, you can't miss it, and so you have to do it. You can use a visual trigger of leaving your shoes out by your door, so as soon as you walk in after work, you know, oh, I need to go on a walk or a run. I've already said this once before, but prepping the night before, that's another system you can use in your life. Laying out your gym clothes or pre-packing your gym bag. Prepping your food for the next day, the night before. Writing out a to-do list or an agenda of what you need to get done tomorrow. Even as small as setting your coffee out for the next day is still gonna save you from creating decision fatigue, and so you can just let your mind go on autopilot for the morning. Little things like that even can change your life. Another system, environment engineering. You set up your environment to where you can't mess up. For example, if you're on a diet, you want to only eat healthy foods. We'll set up your environment to help you do that. So remove all junk food from your house. So if you're hungry, all you can snack on is fruit, let's say. Or you could go buy some dumbbells and a cheap bench to set up in your house so that you know when you are busy, you don't have time to go to the gym, you are setting up your environment to where you can knock out a quick 15, 20-minute workout, which is 20 times better than not working out at all. You can set up your environment for good sleep by shutting off all electronics at 9 p.m. Having your Wi-Fi automatically turn off at 9 p.m. That's how you set up your environment to get good sleep. Now the only thing you can go do really is read. And the last system, this is more of a habit than it is a system, but I'll mention it anyway. It's kind of like a bonus tip. Do the hardest thing first. For me, I know meal prepping is one thing I do not look forward to. It's one of the hardest things for me. So guess what? It's one of the first things that I do in my day. If you have a big project that you need to finish, do it the very first thing of the day. Because when you get home from work, you get home from working out, when you're just tired, you just want to go to bed, you're not going to feel like doing the thing for an hour. That just sucks. So do your hardest thing first. You can call it a system if you want to. It's more like a habit. I know this isn't a lot of weight, not enough to be putting on a belt, but I hurt my back on Thursday. So put on a belt. I don't care what y'all say. Okay, next one. This is kind of a system, kind of like a mindset thing, whatever you want to call it, but you need to have daily minimums. And what I mean by that is you're going to have days where you just feel terrible. It just is part of being human nature. I don't care how healthy you are. You're just going to have days where you have headaches, you're tired, you don't feel good mentally or physically, your stomach hurts. Like it just is what it is. And so on these days, you need to have daily minimums. So like, for example, a daily minimum for everyone, if you're a normal, clean person, would probably be like a shower, brush your teeth, and get some water in. It's just like things you don't even think about. You're gonna do them without question. You need to have these for your goals. So I'll give you an example to help it make sense. For me, my daily non-negotiables right now are working out, which this can be a shitty workout. It can be 30 minutes long. I can cut sets. I can skip stuff. I can rush through it, not get a good pump, whatever, as long as I work out. Because getting a shitty workout in is 10 times better than skipping a whole workout at all. So that's already number one. I have to get, and it doesn't have to be weight training either. It can be body weight. It can be going to play basketball, whatever. Just some form of a workout. Okay, a current one right now, because I'm cutting, is walking. I have to get at the minimum 12K steps a day. My normal goal is 15K, but minimum right now is 12K steps in a day. I don't care how I get it, as long as I get that in. Eating healthy is my third one. Now this is something I had to work up to, but now it's to the point where I eat healthy every day without even thinking about it, even on my bad days. But this doesn't mean I have to eat my calories if I'm having a bad day. I can eat outside my calories. I can eat less, I can eat more, doesn't matter, as long as it's healthy calories, good quality food. I have to get at least 10 minutes of sunlight directly outside, and I have to work for 30 minutes on something outside my actual 9-to-5 job. Those are my 5 daily non-negotiables that I get done no matter what, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter my emotion, no matter anything. So you need to implement these into your own life, because when you just do this daily minimum, you're at least getting 1% better, right? I know we all heard like, oh, compound improvement, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about really, but let's say on a normal day you get 5% better. Well, on a shitty day, if you can avoid getting negative 1% worse by eating like shit, by skipping your workout, if you can just get 1% better by going and having a shitty workout, still eating healthy, but maybe not in your calories, still just doing the bare minimum that's good for you, instead of completely skipping everything just because you feel bad, that's where your compound improvement is really gonna start to take its movement. I'm starting to lose it, honestly. I'm starting to get like lightheaded here, so let's just hit this set real quick. last one is you need to embrace boredom. You're never gonna be disciplined and shit, you're never even gonna be motivated to do anything with your life if you're constantly filling that time with social media, video games, and just useless fucking shit. If you never give your brain silence and space and time to think, you're never gonna have the creativity or the drive to actually get up off your ass and do something notable. I believe this is why the founding fathers, people in that era, achieved so much with their time, like Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Winston Churchill, and a million different others achieved so much because they were kind of bored back then. All they could do is read books and talk to people. They didn't have TikTok and Instagram and video games and Netflix and all this really noise and distraction. They gave their brains time to think. They gave them space. They allowed their brains to be creative. And that's just something that most people lack nowadays. And I think if you dedicate, I'm not saying you have to go meditate, but maybe just go on a walk for 30 minutes, no phone, outside. You'll be amazed with the solutions and the creative ideas that you come up with on that walk. Now let me hit this last set real quick. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna finish up. I got calves, rear delts, I'm supersetting together, and then some cable ab crunches, kneeling. So, not much left. I'm gonna go walk about 10,000 steps later tonight, and I'm gonna enjoy some good ass food. Hope this helped you get a better grasp on how to build discipline for yourself, and I'll see you on the next one.